The United Kingdom has blocked the decision-making IT-produced computer systems have absolutely, completely breached the National Charter for UK National Government on Capita, their contractor company, head office in London, call centres, one in Darlington, United Kingdom, employees, ever since. It's been going a saga. July the 1st transition from disability living allowance to offer of PIP, person independence allowance. Thousands of I don't know when it be asked, but thousands of people in the United Kingdom are absolutely being abused and unlawfully used and discriminated against, and extra harm and stress unlawfully by civil servants, and it's using their computerisation that's causing them massive unlawful deliberate delays and harm, extra cost to public funds when you become severely reduction in one's health. So my experience of the IT produced letter came on the 5th November 2018 now, and by now, obviously in a Sunday recording this, well, going live on this 19th of the 2nd 17th correction of the 2nd 2019, I have found out by there's no other offer home visit to any advice individuals in the only two ones I know of in my area, and this is unbelievably complete direct discrimination and breach of Equality Statutory Law 2010 and disability discrimination constantly, all the time. The cutbacks and services in adult health, social care as well, NHS as well, all the abuses, is you name it's going on, not just to me, but this is my experience. So how the hell can I get out and about when I got complete reduction in one's physical situation in my private life, and yet again expect me to try, this was an email comment, remotely assist me. This is a local citizen's advice. They have no clue. I can't just get into a drop-in in my massive wheelchair, electric power wheelchair, let alone cope one-handed in a wheelchair with paperwork alone, let alone in their shared services in the public building in one's area anymore. So the past month's deterioration, they want us to crawl under a shell and not get up. Who has the extra costs, I said on the phone, to paperwork? I've been massive ill health, dental ill health, and I can't even bloody talk hardly anymore. So what? Weeks and weeks delay. The suffering, inhumane, degrading treatment is unlawful and it's abuse. And they cover it up on the disguise. Oh, we have financial difficulties. BS. Load of BS. They're making profit, these private corporations, with contracts now with citizens' advice nationally in the UK and your towns and cities and areas, area offices. Do they care and really fight your corner? There's presumption when you investigate who runs what service. Oh, it's load of BS. It's like they cover their backs. We're only staffed by volunteers. Excuse me, a couple of people I know who work in their certain areas, not just the welfare benefit side, but in all other subjects too, in their offices, they get paid wages. They're not just volunteers. So who's got the strength to do your documentation? Who's got the funds to pay for ink? Who's got the funds to photocopying and do all the extra paperwork and phone calls? I don't. This has been going on for a whole bloody year and it's not stopped. So I'm left and completely disadvantaged by the loss of my DLA. I never failed to attend my PIP medical when I was bedbound at 9:15 a.m, let alone bloody be able to wake up or talk. No, I couldn't phone anybody. You know, I don't get my bloody care till after such a time, my private life, my private home, by my private friends, because the dickheads out there The civil servants, directors of certain departments deliberately make sure disabled people are put at a major disadvantage, so our lives are crucified and unlawfully harmed out of the red tapes. No way would I be bullied and pushed and unlawfully treated constantly by their bloody croonies. Their mates are mates. You should see their bloody videos of their so-called puppet meetings, right? There's no one in my area, East UK, gives a shite about real people in my situation. I can't get to a bloody food bank. The red tape is you can't get to Age UK, I'm 54. I can't get to drop-ins in my wheelchair, and if the effing snow comes back to my effing area yet again, I'm stranded. I can't get out to top up my gas electric meter, let alone pay my effing bills. So there's no bloody kind neighbours in my area, and no, I don't have effing family give a shite about me anymore. You know, they make sure you're isolated and alone to mess up with your head, so you feel you got nowhere to turn. I have inner strength though, I will carry on. They want you to crumble, they want you to give up. It's nothing about austerity, it's a deliberate, assassination of the vulnerable, the elderly, disabled, and don't get me started how they're taking their kids away from parents unlawfully. I never used to be political in the way I am feeling these days. So you see, I made it clear and provided twice a lot of bloody private documents and medical documents and private data to these dickheads that don't give a shite about the ordinary men and women out there. Call them civil servants. How much are they being paid? They go out to the cosy little bloody houses, don't they? Do they have to suffer without any gas or food on their bloody table or any heating, let alone your illness and struggling to wake up every bloody day? Don't get me started how they don't treat carers right or pay them right. I can't afford to pay my friends. When you get abuse in your own effing home and they cover that up by public civil servants paid for by the public purse, and when you use their system to complain, they definitely make sure it gets covered up and blame the disabled people that you're making your shite up. Evidence is what is evidential and factual or first-hand knowledge. They can't back out of that. I'm talking about those that think they're better than anybody else. They're not. It's all about cause and divide. I'm talking about directors or head of adult health social care, the merging of your private data on the NHS digital system and NHS England limited companies and privatisation of your data to the highest bidder. If you don't learn about your effing rights, they ain't going to tell you what they are. Who's got effing spare 14 quid or whatever it is these days for a cartridge for your printer? Always got a printer. How can you keep affording your gas, your electric, your food, your basic bills you need to pay, let alone food on your bloody table? What? Where's the extra cost for post? Let alone doing an effing email. What about these bloody trying to do an email by documents? If you've got the IT skills, how many of them have you got yourself? If you're struggling to bloody cope, let alone, do all your every single thing that the system expects of vulnerable disabled people to do, and you don't have the extra help, what the hell are you meant to do? So you see, you're trying to have a civil conversation by an individual you don't know, showing your private information just to get the assistance one needs in this system. You don't get it. We can't do a home visit because we don't have the individuals. And then they go on this disguise of this hiding behind these adults safeguarding their policy. Well, that's a load of BS. They just can't get off the arse to get out the cosy little offers to come down to the individuals. There's a national policy, they have a duty of care. National Citizens Advice is on their website. It says they should offer home visit. If you're stuck in your bed, hello, and you're one-handed and you can't do photocopying let alone anything else, and struggling to talk on the effing phone. What the hell are people meant to do then? Yeah? So there's presumption that you might have a friend or a family member to assist you. Well, what then if you don't? You see? There's presumption that one does have that support network. Or you might have a family or neighbour to go to a food bank for you if you run out of food. Well, don't forget, I have seen in the street a lady, bless her heart, able-bodied, with mental health issues. She don't know her. This is ages ago now I saw her. And she says, I don't get my money till Monday, and I got no electric on my meter, and I've already used the emergency. This is what's really going on in everyday life of individuals, whether you're disabled or not. Oh my goodness me. It's going worldwide though, but I'm just talking about my experience. So if you're just surviving on ESA and support group and people struggling on the universal credit, who the hell can stock up a basic tin of dried food when you've got limited income in the week anyway coming in? So this BS about Brexit thing going on, it's all about conquer and divide. So yeah, the policy is in black and white. The National Charter, the Department of Works and Pensions, is clear. They never ever intended to offer me any additional assistance I need. I don't know anyone else experienced the same. I have. Absolutely appalling. This is abuse, you see. You get call centres using a script, and this is Capita Business Services. It is a limited company, by the way, and they use their call centres. Oh yeah, former social worker before she left her job. What a merry-go-round that bloody were. Well, since the 25th of the 10th, 2018. She'd made a call that day, absolutely furious and sick and bloody fed up. She had to make the calls, you see, and try to assist me to get the reasonable adjustments an afternoon visit in my home. Since then, I found out by Disabled People Against Cut's website and their Facebook pages and the documents, I could have been offered a bloody face-to-face pay-per-view medical instead for the medical evidence I sent. So what the hell? They didn't scan my medical documents into their bloody computer system, and their software computerized system, Capita Business Services Limited use. This is nothing new, is it? They're screwing up with our lives, our right to life, our dignity. We are as equal as able-bodied in our rights, in natural and inalienable human rights. They're taking them away slowly, slowly, slowly. But be aware, get some good sleep, find a good hour or a good day, find that inner strength within oneself, because I damn well bloody will, and I'll keep trying despite everything going on. You see, if you don't realise, the American system of privatisation for every damn bloody thing you need in your life is right in front of your bloody eyes. It's right here, right now, and creeping in to destroy what once used to be equality of life. May God be with you. You're struggling too, whatever your belief system, your situation. Don't give up this bloody fight against it inhumane and degrading treatment, and every damn bloody subject that's linked into the civil servants have a code, a duty of code in civil services oath of office. They damn well do. They're cutbacks in funding to these support services, you see. It's making waiting lists longer and longer and longer. So say you have a good day to drop into the services in your local community. You'll still be waiting hours, no guarantee you're getting your help for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then what? Please research as much as you can. Do the best you can and help one another. Because whether you're not disabled and you got your help, you got your job, your car, your job, whatever situation you may be in. It could be you one day, not being able to get out of your bed, relying on the state care services, relying on the benefit system that's screwed up to a core, deliberately designed to make us poorer and poorer. This is not just United Kingdom though. There's other services and situations going on worldwide. Wake up, smell the coffee. God forbid if this happens to you. I will survive one way or another. In the ways I will try. So for those out there of frontline services just trying to do your job, you say, but are you able to whistleblow what really goes on? Does anybody really care? When you live it, you only know too well, and we do care. I care about others, similar situation to I, but I'm just trying to survive. And when, since the 5th of November 2018, you don't get response, even when there's an email and a phone number included in your documentation. To get your right to review, it states clearly you can't get a mandatory reconsideration before they reviewed their decision. Excuse me, I never failed to tender medical. All my documentation, again I've been offered a bloody morning appointment of a stranger I don't know my own. They ignored all of the disability reasonable adjustments requirements by my former social worker. That was for, there's so many dates, I can't believe I put it all in and put all the information, contact details and medical evidence already. Sent off special recorded post, can't keep forwarding doing that anymore. I'm like anybody, balancing the book so to speak. How do you budget? When the bloody effing weather changes again, you're bloody snowed in, you can't get out and about. You don't even know if your private friends can get to you in the bloody snow. Where's emergency services then to help vulnerable people then? You see, one email went off to inform the local public servants in one's area about this situation. We're meant to replace the social worker. Well, they did that eventually, but she's got no bloody queue. She's useless. She's meant to make a phone call, you see, to DWP to make sure that decision's being investigated and look at my right to review. She did nothing on the 23rd of the 11th, 2018, and she still hasn't to date. 3 up to date now is 4 emails sent to key directors of her department, warning them the risks that I'm at now because of all this, not by myself to me, or by my private friends that tried to care for me. The bloody state system that's doing it to me. Yeah, it's deliberate to pull people into their system, to push you into their, assisted living. No, it's control, control, control. Every part of your effing life. Wake up, learn, try, and educate yourself. And when you find other people in similar situations doing vlogs and things online as well, you find out, well, you got a partner or husband that can step in. Well, good luck. When you don't have that, what then? There's all this so-called safeguarding BS, all these private limited companies meant to follow. Yeah, really, that's BS. What, does people end up need to go into the state hospitals if they end up getting so bloody ill? What then? What, clog up beds? What then they might to offer care or joint services? It's a bit too bloody late when they don't offer any benefit, housing benefit, the DWP system, the state control financial system don't give a monkeys. What, it's not even in a care plan because you don't have a completion of a Care Act 2014 care needs assessment. Or what, there's still backlogs, but yet they can afford other public services. No. Why they're raising council tax then in your town and cities in your area, UK? when you ain't getting nothing for it. And if you're working and you're struggling yourself to put food on the table, well, what do you think then? Well, the DWP and the capita is going to do if you lose your job and you lose your house? And how are you going to feed your kids, your family? Think. Why do you think there are these individuals getting to the streets, like of France and different parts of European countries, hoping to raise awareness? It's a people power time. Don't believe in this BS stuff going on about the Brexit, yeah? But be prepared with oneself situation. Try and balance the books. So what if you can't pay your bloody water? They can't cut you off lawfully. So that's going out the window for me for now. Yeah? Let them build up their profit margin elsewhere. These corporations go on profit margin, and yet they go after the vulnerable disabled people. Look at what areas you might be able to find extra assistance on for council tax relief, for example, maybe. Yet, who can survive? Who's got 4 weeks amount of money to fund if you're on prepaid gas, electric? So say you're paying 20 quid a week on gas or electric. Have you got that up front to prepare for the universal credit? Poof, I ain't. And what about the food then, right? So how you can survive on tin food, you're trying to look up ways where you can cut back, and if you've got illnesses or allergies, you have to be careful what you can source. But this BS Brexit, they're trying to scaremonger, so you might not get your food and food prices will raise. Okay then, so is that fresh food or tin food? I don't know about anybody else, but if you can source all these alternative foods and rice or pastas, and look at websites about preparing or prepping just in case scenario. There was a link a couple of days ago I saw, it was trying to say be prepared. Well, look at turmeric powder, how that can help as a natural anti-inflammatory for your pain in your body if you've got certain diseases, and it will help. Be aware. Look up natural health resources on foods that might help, or natural, if you can find discounts, if you can afford it, on certain natural health, for example. Because I don't know about anybody else, if you want to wait weeks and weeks and weeks before you can get an emergency dental home visit when you're housebound, service, and even then you'll be on a bloody waiting list for another. They're using online computerized system to refer people to services, and then you're waiting months and weeks for appointment. And then don't get started where they're trying to get transport to a say hospital or something for appointments and stuff. You'll be on a waiting list if you meet that tick box. You are not a tick box exercise for their system. We are just trying to survive. But that's how they work now, by computerization, AI, or whatever else they're calling it these days. It is very, very hard for anyone out there, similar position, to try and see, like if you got automated direct, they call it direct, I can't speak now, direct debits. I don't take anything out, I don't get anything, I make do with what I got. If I know certain things, and I've already done things lawfully and honourably, and I still don't get a remedy for so much that's already gone on, and now in February 2019, that's 3 months bloody delay. Is that anything unusual, you might say? Perhaps not. But I know it's unlawful. Of Department of Works and Pensions National Charter. It's all on their websites. Are the extra help you're meant to receive when you need it, but they don't give a monkeys. The Job Centre Pluses, employees, people expose that, they've got a script they go on. And deterioration, to put people off about what your lawful rights are. But I said, you need a good day to be able to feel that energy within one, to let alone do an email or a letter. But then how you could bloody post it when you're snowed in, I'll tell you that now. So the presumption is that one may have a family or friend to go out and do this, that and the other. But when you ain't got that, what then? All I can say, be aware of this so-called progress in the United Kingdom. Oh, we're here to make sure the elderly, the children, the vulnerable, disabled people are protected and safeguarded. No, they ain't. Their paperwork, their policy don't mean nothing in reality. You know, I know reality. We live it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When have you last had a holiday, had a respite, or been offered a day centre, or offered any funding by the state to have equality of life? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What it used to be known as, the old system, worked effectively, the old ELA system, before they screwed up with the benefit system. My goodness me, good people are trying to do what they can to help others, but it is a postcode lottery. Depending where you live, United Kingdom, it's dependent on what you can get and offered services. I swear to goodness, I won't give up, but I've got to pace myself with this. I've only gone live today, this afternoon, when my friends are trying to hoover my flat. And it's a struggle for them, because they can't do the extra task I need. In other areas already made clear to these public servants, and yet they've also caused a delay. So I don't know the outcome offer, because that care needs assessment, care planning was going to be part of my PIP assessment evidence additional, and that's gone away by the wayside unlawfully. But anyway, I'm going to end with a positive here. I know I've done the best I can, and I'm sure you are too with your loved ones, if you have family and friends to help you out. Now be aware, be mindful, and be careful and be safe. God bless. We will get a remedy, I hope.